Today we are reviewing the Samsung Galaxy A17, a thinner budget mid-range smartphone that comes with a 50 megapixel OIS camera and 6 generations of software and security updates. Let's start with the unboxing and first impressions. Right out of the box, the design looks very similar to last year's Galaxy A16, especially the camera layout. The phone feels lightweight in hand and the build quality is decent for the price segment. The back has a frosted matte finish and, as expected, there is a Samsung logo positioned at the bottom. On the front, we get a teardrop style display protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. It is a large 6.7-inch Super AMOLED panel, which is one of the main highlights of this phone in the budget category. On the right side, the power button also works as a fingerprint scanner, which is fast and convenient for everyday use. As usual for this segment, there are no stereo speakers. At the bottom, there is a USB Type-C port. On the left side, Samsung includes a dual SIM tray along with a dedicated micro SD card slot. On the back, Samsung calls this a redesigned key island to reduce electronic waste and keep costs down. Samsung does not include a 25-watt charger in the box. Inside, you only get a SIM ejector tool, a USB Type-C cable, and a quick start guide. This is the more affordable 4G variant, powered by the MediaTek Helio G99 octa-core processor. In everyday use, the user interface feels responsive, and we will test the GPU gaming performance later in this video. The phone runs Samsung One UI version 8 based on Android 16. Samsung is promising 6 generations of Android OS upgrades and 6 years of security updates. This particular variant comes with 128 gigabytes of internal storage, which provides ample space for photos, videos, and everyday apps. It is paired with 6 gigabytes of RAM, and Samsung also offers RAM Plus through the settings, allowing you to extend memory by 2 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes, or 6 gigabytes. A restart is required after changing the RAM Plus setting. With the default configuration, the phone felt smoother and more stable in regular use. The Galaxy A17 features a single bottom-firing speaker, and this is how it sounds. Touch response on the Full HD display is decent for this segment. You get a 90Hz refresh rate, but there is no HDR support. Display brightness is fair for indoor and outdoor use. We also tested 4K 60 FPS video playback, and here are the results. The Galaxy A17 packs the same 5000 mAh battery as last year's Galaxy A6 for daily tasks, multimedia consumption, and casual gaming. It can easily last a full day on a single charge. Samsung includes battery protection features that help extend long-term battery health. To further improve battery life, you can place heavy or rarely used apps into deep sleep, which reduces background activity and helps you get more usage out of each charge. When charging begins, a fast charging notification briefly appears on the always-on display. Apart from the addition of optical image stabilization, there is nothing significantly new in the camera setup this year. The Galaxy A17 uses the same familiar configuration: a 50 megapixel primary camera with OIS, a 5 megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Video recording is limited to 30 frames per second in both HD and Full HD modes. We captured photos using both the 12 megapixel default mode and the 50 megapixel mode and compared them with the 50 megapixel camera on the Tecno Camon 40 Pro. Here is how the results look. We also recorded video with OIS enabled and compared the footage against the Tecno Command 40 Pro to see how stabilization performs in real-world use. Here is the comparison. This is not a gaming-focused smartphone, but the 2.2 GHz octa-core CPU paired with a Mali GPU is more capable than expected for casual gaming. For best results, make sure performance mode is enabled inside Game Booster. We tested PUBG on the recommended settings. The game reached close to 60 FPS. Gameplay felt responsive and smooth, with no noticeable drops in performance or reduction in visual quality. We also tested the newly released Sonic Rumble. You can see the gameplay performance on screen. So, to wrap things up, the Galaxy A17 is an affordable entry into the Samsung ecosystem, mainly appealing to users who value long software support, a familiar One UI experience, and decent battery life. However, in this price range, there are stronger alternatives from Xiaomi and Nothing that offer better performance, brighter displays, faster charging, and more value overall. Even within Samsung's own lineup, phones like the Galaxy A36 or the cheaper A16 make more sense. The A17 is not a bad phone, but at its current pricing, it's hard to recommend unless software support is your top priority. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it helped you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.